Welcome back. Welcome back. It's your host, Delano, on the FanWire Podcast. Yo, we are excited to see, um, to talk about our Washington Mystics. Um, we're breaking down the Golden State Valkyries matchup against our Washington Mystics that happened last night. And it looked ugly from the beginning. But the team was able to play like they are, like they can be, like we want them to be. But it was just a little bit too late. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. So the Valkyries beat the Mystics 88-83. The Mystics are now 14-18 on the season and 9-7 at home. The Valkyries have been playing exceptionally well this season, and they have played exceptionally well against the Mystics. The Valkyries have actually won every matchup out of the 4-game series in the regular season. So we have to figure out how to beat the Valkyries. All of these games have been close. This is the biggest margin of victory out of the 3 games that we played. It's tough to beat a team 4 times. So we're looking to get them on August the 30th. We got a couple more days. Let's see if we can get it together. And when we go out to Golden State, let's see if we can get a victory, especially at the end of the season or near the end of the season. Yeah, we need to get those victories. So let's just jump into it. Golden State jumped out on the Washington Mystics early. They scored 30 points in their first quarter. They couldn't miss a 3-pointer. I mean, at all. And Washington, they had a very, very slow start. Only had 12 points in the first quarter. And with that big a hole, and especially how we've been playing this season, those type of margins are very difficult for the Mystics to turn around from, to bounce back from. So, yeah, it was a tough go. But at the same token, they turned on the Jets late, and it was just too late, you know. But Xander Lassini from the Golden State Valkyries, like I said, Cecilia, she couldn't miss a 3 whatsoever. She hit probably 7 3-pointers in the whole game? No, 6 3-pointers in the whole game. So she was cooking our boots. And then Veronica Burton has been a steady ball player at the point guard position for the Valkyries, and she scored 30 points. That's unacceptable. I mean, we got to do way better than that. 30 points. She hit 6 3-pointers as well. So, like, the Golden State Valkyries are a killer when it comes to 3-point shoot. And they've been consistent all year, even without their all-star Kayla Thornton. They still are playing killer basketball right now. Yeah. So again, Cecilia Xander Cellini had 20 points, along with 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and Veronica Burton almost had a triple-double herself. 30 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. We got to figure something out because that's unacceptable. Yeah. Then let's talk about the Mystics. So Sonia Citron is a key player for us. She's one of our stellar rookies. Sonia in the city that I call her, sister of efficiency, had 15 points, but she was not as efficient as we know her to be. She only shot 4 of 13. I'm happy that she put up shots, but she got to hit them. She did shoot 100% from the free throw line. That's 15 points again, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. And it's not like they were D'ing her up. She just wasn't hitting her good shots that she normally hit. Kiki Irfin had another great game, double-double, 14 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. So, hey, and she didn't get into foul trouble. I love it. Keep working it. Keep working it. Keep pushing it. Sugar. 15 points, 7 assists, and of course, she did her thing. Only 1 turnover. And for us to be down by so much early, you would expect for us to have a lot of turnovers, but consistently we didn't have a whole lot of turnovers in this game. We only had 8 turnovers. So they just couldn't miss. So that really was the tale of the tape. And also, they do play good defense. They are probably one of the top defensive teams in the league. So it was tough for us. And let's see here. Jade Melbourne, 10 points. And yeah. Emily Inksler, 13 points off the bench. And we could have had better bench play from Alicia Clark and JC Sheldon, but we had to get better production from Sonia Citron and Stephanie Dawson. Sonia Citron, if she would have hit her shot, she probably had 25 points. But, it just wasn't sometimes. It just don't go that way for us, right? So with this record for the Washington Mystics, it's making it very tough for this to have a playoff push. But I think that with Jade Melbourne kicking it up a notch with 10 points, I think that she is understanding that she got to be more consistent. And, she hit 3 of 5. That was only 1 turnover. That's a plus. That's good. But I think she knows that JC Sheldon can take her spot going into next year. So I think she's trying to turn it up a notch. Emily Inksler, she's playing for next year too. So she's been doing real good here recently. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. And then also with Emily, the Mystics have signed a new player. The Mystics have signed Madison Scott out of Ole Miss, right? The same college that Shakira Austin went to, DMV product. And Madison Scott is a DMV product. She's from Maryland, right? So we're going to have another discussion about her a little later, another video. So get ready for that because, we have a new addition to the team. She's on a 7-day hardship contract. So, we'll see if she can solidify herself going forward because she can be a good piece. But anyway, let's talk more about this game. Now, let's talk about the tails of the tape, the team stats, because that always tells you how you won and how you lost, right? So when it comes to the field goal percentage, it's pretty even though the Valkyries was lights out in the first quarter. The Valkyries ended up shooting pretty much 50% from the field. Mystic shot 46%. Now this is a key contributor to the loss because remember we only lost by 5 points. The Golden State Valkyries shot 15 of 32 from the field. That's 46%, right? To 29% for the Mystics. And you know, that's 15 threes in a game is a whole lot of threes. A whole lot of threes. So that if you're not getting the same amount of production out of your shooters when it comes to your 3-pointers, and someone is shooting that much, you're gonna be cooked. That's just like that was like a stat line with Golden State Warriors, and ironically, they're the Golden State Valkyries. Still a 3-point shooting team, right? Everybody knows Golden State Warriors. If they get cooking, you got a problem. The Mystics had a problem last night with the Valkyries, for real. So that was a total of 45 points. Over half of the Valkyries' points came from 3-point. That is crazy. That's crazy. So we had to do a better job at defending and closing out on 3-pointers. So I think that's a reason why we chose Madison Scott to come in, but we'll talk about that later. All right. So free throws, even. We ain't even got to talk about it. Rebounds. Golden State beat us on the boards, 30-26. Golden State is they have good bigs, but with our bigs, with the Mystics, we still should have got it. Even with Shakira Austin being out, we still should have beat the Valkyries on the board. It should have happened. And everything else was pretty similar, but this is what baffled me. Put like this. This baffles me. And when I say that, it's because it showed that we played good defense and we turned the Valkyries over, right? 13 turnovers for the Valkyries to 8 for the Mystics. We did our job when it comes to taking the ball away. But when you have a team that's shooting 15 threes, that pretty much cancels it out. We probably had to turn the Valkyries over 25 times so it can just even out. Yeah. And then, too, we beat up the Valkyries in the paint. The Valkyries only had 22 points in the paint compared to the Mystics, 40 points. 40 points. And with how the Valkyries were shooting, their largest lead in this game was 25 points. 25 points. It's so hard to come back from a deficit that bad. That is that's a lot of fighting. A lot of fighting. We almost had the opportunity to take this game over in the fourth quarter because we really even look at this game when it comes to the score of each quarter. Again, the Valkyries beat us up in the first quarter, 30 points to 12. But then everything after that was even. We both scored 16 points in the second. We both scored 24 points in the third. Then the Mystics turned it on. 31 points to 18 points. If we could have stopped them 3 times, we could have at least been in overtime or snuck out this victory with 1 point. But what we've been saying all season, the first quarter matters. The first quarter for the Washington Mystics matters. If they don't get that first quarter, it's a wrap. It's not happening. So we'll see what happens going forward. The Washington Mystics have a game on, I believe, they have a game tomorrow. And I believe we are going on the road. We are going on the road. We are playing the Indiana Fever tomorrow, and that's at 7:30. So make sure that you tune into that game. This is going to be a very interesting game because the Indiana Fever get out and run. I mean, they run. They get the cooking on the fast break. Two people at least leaking every time a turnover happens. And then they got Kelsey Mitchell, super fast. Yeah, I'm glad that, we picked up some defensive oriented players. So, because we're going to have to play some tomorrow. We're going to have to play some. Then also, J.C. Sheldon is probably going to get a lot of boos tomorrow. I mean, a lot of boos. Because J.C. Sheldon is playing again in Indy. And that's what that's where she had her dust up with. That's the team she had a dust up with earlier in the season. So I'm sure that the Boo Birds are going to be out in full force. They're not going to show her any sympathy. But she is built for these type of moments. So let's see what we do tomorrow. Because we're going to have the Washington Mystics, her teammates are going to have to ride with her tomorrow. Ride with her. Then also Kiki had a little dust up with Sophie as well. So, and that was in the preseason. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be tough. It'll be a tough matchup. We'll see if there are any other dust ups that occur. So we appreciate everybody for tuning in. This is your host, Delano, on the FanWire Podcast, your trusted voice for Washington Mystic content. Yeah. We'll be right back at y'all in a few because, hey, we playing tomorrow too. So, yeah, we're going to see what happens. So we thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. And, yeah, we'll talk to y'all soon. And one more thing. We got some street interviews that we're about to be posting real soon from last night. So we pulled up at the arena. We got to talk to some fans, some Mystic fans, some Valkyrie fans. So yeah, get ready for that. Look for those shorts coming up. All right, we out of here. Talk to y'all in a few.